You know, the National for 2026 may be a little far away, but if you wait too long, you might miss on some good deals, hotels, best prices, and other things. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing right now to get ready for the National. Hey guys, so I know you think the National is far away. It's close to 9-10 months away. But did you know one thing? You can start reserving hotels in mid-October, believe it or not. And I'm getting ready for that, to get the best hotels, find the ones closest so you can do walking to the convention center rather than driving. There's just a lot of things to get ready. And one of them's the big thing coming up, the next step is hotels. And the National says that by mid-October, you can reserve hotels. And I know they fill up quickly. Last year, I kind of neglected, and I had to reserve a hotel, I believe, in December. And it was a nice hotel, don't get me wrong, but it was much closer to the airport, and I was a good 2 miles away, 2.5 miles away. So getting there wasn't terrible. I have to admit, it wasn't bad. I found a parking lot in the back of the actual convention hall, and it was like $10, $15 for the day. But parking was wonderful because it was out of the way, and you took the walkway right into the convention center. It worked perfectly. But this year, I want to get closer. So once those come out, check their sites. I'll leave links below for where to book hotels. And not book them, you're just reserving them. You're not paying anything, you're just reserving them. So you can get one right across the street. Because there's a lot of hotels within walking distance of the convention center. And the earlier you get on, the better you will get a hotel in that area. And I know 2 years ago, I wanted to go. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to. But I booked it at that early time period, and I got one right across the street, maybe a quarter mile, and I could walk to the venue, which was great. Because, you know, you're going to get a wonderful deal on hotels if you pre-book. Don't wait and try to book somewhere else, because you're going to be paying $200 to $300 more. And obviously, the closer you are to the convention, the more expensive the hotel is going to be. First date we need to remember is to remember mid-October. Check the link below in my description. You can go there and they'll let you know. You just have to keep checking back as October 15th, 16th, 17th, something like that. So you can go ahead and get yours reserved. I guess the next thing I'm thinking about is tickets. Now, tickets go on sale beginning of December, I believe. And as you can see, there's different packages. You can get daily tickets. You can get VIP passes, grand VIP passes. You can see the packages here. And a lot of them have to do with regular tickets, just get you in the venue. That's what I did this past year. It worked fine for me. There's a lot of VIP where you get access all 5 days. You may get a special area to rest and hang out in. You also get autograph tickets. The higher up in the VIP package you get, you can also get VIP access to areas on the floor where you can hang out and sit and stuff like that, reserved areas. So it all depends on how much you want to spend and how long you think you're going to be there, if it's viable for you to get the VIP package. Now, see, I don't know if I want to stay all 4 or 5 days, so I may just get 2 or 3 ticket days, single day tickets to get there. But make sure you buy them online before, because you will save $5 to $10 per ticket or per package if you order them ahead of time rather than buying them at the actual venue. They just raise the prices there. So that's what you want to do with the tickets, and that's coming in December. So that's something to mark on your calendars for the future. Another thing you want to probably worry about or think about is maybe start putting airline alerts on your phone if you have to fly into Chicago. So it's in the Rosemont area, and Rosemont's right by the airport, O'Hare. So you will be easy to get in and out quickly. Also, another thing is if you're driving into town, like I am, just get yourself familiar now. I know it's 9 months out, but just get an idea what you're going to be driving into. There's tolls along the way. They're usually pay by toll, which means they take your license plate and you pay later on. They'll send you a thing to pay them off. But, you know, just mapping your route, maybe just keeping it aside. This makes it fun. This makes it interesting. And I realize it's 10 months away, but these are things you can start thinking about, get you excited about what's coming. And the earlier you prepare, the better you are to be ready and going for what you need, driving, airlines, everything like that. And another thing which is interesting is to start looking at some of the past videos from 2025. I'll have mine linked below just to get people's impressions, what you expect. It's the same venue this year. It's in the Donald A. Stevenson Convention Center in Rosemont, which is right next to Chicago. And so it's the same layout probably. I'm hoping the upstairs, which we heard so much about, will be a little bit differently configured. It'll be easier for people to get around in there. But watch some of those videos and see what people were doing. Get some ideas of what you might want to do and where you want to go. Take note of some of the vendors that might have been there that you are interested in seeing. And just keeping an eye on things. You can a checklist of maybe people that you want to see, certain card companies, certain local or national card dealers that you like, and you go, I want to meet them or I want to see them. Another huge thing too is budgeting, and not only budgeting for cards, which is important, but budgeting for tickets, food, anything you can think of. It's always good to start budgeting that out and understanding what you're going to need to spend. I think for most of us, not all of us, but most of us, it's important to budget that out as you go into the National for next year. Realizing food's a little more expensive up there because it is the Chicago area. You're by the airport. There's some nicer restaurants. There's some easygoing. There's some sit down. There's some quick grab and eat food. So, and how much do I want to spend? Because maybe you want to maybe 1 or 2 nights you want to have a nice meal at a nice restaurant. Maybe other days you're eating quickly or you're grabbing something and going. Or maybe you're buying snacks and bringing them to the National so you don't have to buy. Their food selection is not the most extravagant at the actual National, and there's not a ton of places around the convention center. There's some stuff, but you've got to walk a little bit or drive a little bit to get some of their other restaurants. There's all types of stuff, but obviously you have to factor that in along with your hotel costs, airfare if you have it, and anything else, snacks, drinks. Just keeping a list of what it might cost so that you budget for that as well as your cards. And let's get back to cards. Obviously, you want to start budgeting. What do you think you can spend? What do you think you're going to save? Ways to save. I know I've started saving by selling some of my collection that I don't feel tied to enough, but I can take that money that I've saved, I can take that money and then put it towards my budget. Because I'd like to, I'm not a big spender, but I'd like to go in next year with about $2,000. That's my budget range I'm looking at and hoping. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't, I don't know, but it's something that I hope to have in my budget going forward. And that also kind of coincides with what cards do you think you're going to get? Are you going to buy big cards? Are you going to buy wax? Are you going to buy somebody from your PC? What are you going to buy? And it's never too early to start making a checklist. I made mine quite late last year, but I have some on there still that I want to keep a track of, that I want to get for next year, and I still have that list. And I will keep it for this year. But throughout the year, you're going to see things and you're going to say, you know what, I don't know if I can find that locally. And obviously we can find a lot of cards on eBay, but it's always neat to go to the National and have an actual list of cards you're looking for. It's like a scavenger hunt or a gold rush. You got to dig and find that card. And that made it exciting for me at the National this past year in 2025 to have that list and to go into it and look and budget my money so that I knew, hey, if I'm getting this card, I might not be able to get that other one, because you want to stay in that. You don't want to go crazy. It's like any other hobby that you have. You have to be smart about it. Going back to that, always start budgeting what you think it's going to cost for those things as well, because that's also a cost along with your budgeting of your cards that you're going to purchase. And I didn't do it this year, but in 2025 National, but are you wanting to sell any cards? Are there any cards you think are on the way up and maybe they're not a part of your collection, but there's something you want to try and sell? There were a ton of dealers and HQ, I think it's called HQ. They had a whole setup for buying cards. People were buying cards there. Now, I don't know what percentage of book value or eBay value they were giving on cards, but I know that was a big thing too. So that may be a checklist for you to say, hey, I want to maybe sell this card, put it to the side, keep a running total, maybe Card Ladder, eBay, or track what they're going for, and know your numbers when you go in for that. So these are some of the things I'm doing now, believe it or not, 10 months out. Some of the key things I think you should think about is mid-October, we have hotel reservations opening up. If you want to get closer to the venue in a hotel, then you got to jump on those quickly, because those go fast, extremely fast. Secondly is tickets go on sale in December. You can buy the different levels, but also buy them before you get there, because there is somewhat of a discount when you're going there. Another important thing is budgeting what you're going to spend on your cards, what you're going to spend on the reservations for your hotel, what are you going to spend on food. If you have to travel, airfare, keep an eye out for those airfares. Keep alerts out. Say, hey, from my hometown to O'Hare, if something pops up and it's in that window that the National is, jump on it if it's a good price. Or if you're driving, map out what you think it's going to be. Chicago is Chicago. The traffic can be bad. You keep an eye out as you're going along. Are there planned projects for construction or something? I don't know. It's just things like that you need to go. But as you do this, it kind of gets you going for the national. It kind of brings that excitement back into you. But these are just some of the things to think about early on at the national. And that's what I'm doing to get ready for this. Hey, so thank you for joining me. This was episode 1 of my Road to the National. I'll be bringing you a couple episodes every few months just to give you a heads up where I'm at, what hotel did I reserve, what's some of my cards I'm looking for, what's my budget looking like, those kind of things. So, stick around, keep an eye out on the channel, subscribe, and stick around, and we'll do this road to the national together. And thank you for joining, and we'll talk to you next time as we go beyond the cardboard.